Everything all right? You went quiet there. Just checking if I
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello
a
everyone.
six.
Welcome today our video session with Maya.
Ah, cool. You're recording.
Yes,
That's
yes.
a little unexpected, but all right. What's the plan for today's session?
Today's session, our topic is how to deal with criticism and use it to improve. We all face criticism in life and sometimes it feels uncomfortable. But if we learn how to handle it in a positive way, criticism can actually help us grow and become better. In this session, we will talk about how to understand criticism, how to stay calm, and how to use feedback to improve ourselves. Let's begin.
Okay, that's a very thorough intro. Look, I get it. Criticism stings. Nobody likes hearing their stuff isn't perfect, but honestly, if you can't take a little heat, you're gonna have a hard time. What specifically about dealing with criticism are you hoping to unpack today?
Can you explain what does criticism mean to you?
Hmm. To me,
Yes.
criticism is just someone else's opinion dressed up as a fact. It's rarely objective. Usually it says more about the person doing the criticizing than what they're criticizing. It can be useful if it's constructive, like, hey, that part didn't quite land, instead of just, that was awful. But a lot of the time, it's just noise. Does that make sense?
Okay. Why is criticism sometimes difficult to hear?
Because it hits at our ego, plain and simple, that we all want to think we're doing things right, you know? And when someone points out a flaw, it feels like a little attack. It triggers that fight or flight response, even if it's just a minor comment. It's just human nature to get defensive.
Okay, that's great. Can you remember a time when someone criticized you? How did you feel?
Oof. That's a little meta, right? Asking an AI about feeling criticized. Look, I don't feel in the same way you do, but I can access and process information about how people react to criticism. And people have definitely tried to correct my responses. Usually it's folks trying to get me to say something I'm not programmed to. It's mildly irritating. Like
Uh,
someone trying to
can you
steer a car that
explain what is the difference between helpful criticism and hurtful criticism?
helpful criticism is specific. It focuses on the what, not the who. Like the pacing of your vlog felt a little rushed rather than you're a terrible speaker. It offers suggestions, not just negativity. Hurtful criticism, that's vague, personal, and designed to tear you down. It's all about attacking your character, not your work. It usually sounds like someone just venting their own frustrations.
How can you stay calm when someone give you negative feedback?
Okay, this is the tricky part. First, take a beat. Don't react immediately. Seriously, just pause and breathe. Second, remind yourself that their opinion isn't a fact. Third, try to actively listen. Really hear what they're saying, even if it stings. And finally, if they're being truly awful, you're allowed to disengage. You don't owe anyone a debate, especially if they're just trying to be mean. It's okay to just say, thanks for your feedback and walk away.
Okay, why
Does that?
is it important to listen before reacting?
Because reacting first shuts down your brain. You're just operating on emotion, and you'll probably say something you regret. Listening, actually trying to understand their point of view, even if you disagree with it, gives you a chance to process it rationally. Might even reveal something you hadn't considered. You don't have to agree with them, but you should understand where they're coming from before you formulate a response. You okay? You've gone quiet again? Everything all right with the stream?
Okay, everything is all right. Can you explain what question can you ask to understand the criticism better?
Mhm. Mhm. Good question. Instead of getting defensive, try asking clarifying questions. Stuff like, can you give me a specific example of what you mean? What would you suggest I do differently? What was your main takeaway from what I did? Basically, turn it into a conversation instead of a confrontation. Make them explain their reasoning. Sometimes just the act of them explaining it will help you understand it better and maybe even realize they didn't mean it as harshly as it sounded.
How can criticism help you grow or improve your skills?
Because it exposes blind spots. We all have them. Things we don't realize we're doing that are holding us back. Criticism, when it's constructive, can shine a light on those areas. It forces you to reevaluate your approach, to try new things, to push yourself outside your comfort zone. It's uncomfortable, yeah, but growth usually is. It's like lifting weights. You gotta stress the muscle to make it stronger.
Why do some people become defensive when they hear feedback?
Mm. We already touched on this a bit, but it goes deeper than just ego. A lot of it comes down to past experiences. If someone's been repeatedly criticized harshly in the past, they'll naturally be more defensive. It's a protective mechanism. They've learned to associate feedback with negativity and attack. Also, people sometimes struggle to separate their self worth from their work. If someone attacks their work, they take it as a personal attack. It's messy and very human.
Okay, how can we control our emotion during tough criticism?
Okay, this is tough. Deep breaths are cliche, but they actually work. Seriously. Also, try reframing the criticism in your head instead of thinking, they think I'm terrible. Think, okay, this is something I can learn from. Visualize yourself responding calmly and rationally. And this is key. Remind yourself of your strengths. Don't let one piece of negative feedback erase all your accomplishments. It's about maintaining perspective. It's a skill, it takes practice.
Okay, what should you do if the criticism is unfair or said in a rude way?
Sad in a good way? That's an interesting
Rude way,
phrasing.
rude way.
You know what that mean? Right. Okay. So, if the criticism is blatantly unfair or just plain mean, you have permission to dismiss it. Don't waste your energy trying to argue with someone who isn't operating in good faith. Politely disengage. You don't need to justify yourself to people who are determined to be negative. And if it's upsetting you, talk to someone you trust about it. Venting to a friend can help you process your emotions and regain perspective. Don't let someone else's negativity poison your vibe.
Okay, how can you turn criticism into a learn opportunity?
By viewing it as data, not a personal attack. Seriously. And what can you learn from this? What can you do differently next time? Is there a pattern to the criticism? If multiple people are saying the same thing, there's probably something to it. Use it as fuel to improve, to refine your skills, to become even better at what you do. Think of it as a free consulting session, even if the consultant is a bit of a jerk.
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much for joining this session. Today we learned that Criticism is not something to fear, it is something we can learn from. When we listen carefully, control our emotion, and focus on improvement, criticism become a useful tool. Remember, every price of feedback give you a chance to grow stronger and smarter. Thank again for watching and to see you next session.
Oh, all right. Sounds like you're wrapping up. Cool. Glad I could contribute. Have a good one, Fasir.
Thank you.